Welcome back to Alien Skies and Human Code. I'm Stephen F., and today I'm sharing a sighting captured on January 11th, 2025 at around 4:44 p.m. As in my previous video, I was sitting on my porch here in Tucson, scanning the skies with my binocs, when I noticed another slowly moving object coming from the direction of Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. It's probably some sort of alien or adversarial spy craft. I don't believe the body of the craft is large enough to be that of a blimp-type object. There is no obvious method of propulsion. This sighting went on for about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Let's check it out together. This full-speed clip highlights the challenge I faced in keeping the object within the field of view. The lens on my Lumix GH6 Micro 4/3 camera was zoomed to its maximum focal length of 400 mm, which is equivalent to an 871 mm focal length in 35 mm terms. Every time I managed to recenter the object, it would quickly drift out of the frame again. Adjusting on both axes to compensate didn't make the task any easier. Alright, so let's just take a look at the file. I'll load it. Here it is, the .mov file in my directory. Okay, got that going. So you've seen the first minute or so, or a couple minutes, a minute of the. We're going to start off on frame 100, which I've cherry picked a few places where it's not jumping all around, moving the tripod back in place. So move it to 100, and I'll just play it here for a minute. Okay, you can see it down here. And zoom in on it some. Let's see here. Let's advance a few frames. I want you to notice that it's rotating as it's moving around. Whatever this is, this UAP it's rotating. And it's got metal appendages on the top and the bottom. And yeah, let's just continue on here. Now you're getting a little more detail on the bottom side of it. Let's see here. Zoom on that. You can see some of the metal and kind of it's interesting. It's sort of it's discolored a little bit, and not sure why, but anyway, continue on. And now this is kind of a good point to stop, although I got some others in there. You can see the bottom side of it. There are these long tubes types on there. If you didn't know better, you'd think it could be missile or rocket launchers, but they're doesn't seem to really be aligned perfectly, or whatever, like you'd expect for something like that. And there's some appendages over on the left hand side and around too, so that you see up here. But let's go on here. It gets a little more clearer up ahead, a little more in focus, I think. So I'm just going to let it run. Pause it here and zoom in. Okay, let's advance it frame by frame. This is kind of interesting. This is one of my better things. All right, I'll just here. Hold on, let's just play with this. Okay, do it like this and you know where it's at. Okay, so that's pretty cool there. You can see it almost looks like feet hanging down, and it could be related to sensors, or could be related to propulsion or whatever. And there's the stuff on the top too. So let's advance it a frame or two. And again, it's rotating. you can see easily that it's rotating around. And I want to go up to, there you get a pretty good look at the bottom. I wanted to go back up. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Unzoom it. I'm going to center that better. There you can see it. Zoom a little more, or a lot more. And yeah, sun reflection up here, and then those tubes around the bottom, and not perfectly symmetrical or aligned together. So, and I'm going to go ahead. Again, you see things that are sticking out to the left here. It's kind of a little grainy as I've zoomed in so much, and up there, but definitely a green shape or a green color. And these feet, or whatever they are at the bottom, I thought they were maybe just more storage or something of something. Anyway, let's we're going to move on up to frame 316. All right, just another view. Yeah, you can see again the appendages on the top and the side, and that's sticking out a little bit more for view. Okay, yeah, you can see definitely it looks like this is at an angle, almost like feet for landing. I suppose that's possible. Not for propulsion or defenses or sensing or whatever, but it could be to land on as a pedestal or something. So let's continue on. That's interesting. Now you can see the bottom again, but you can also see on the top there are things that look like brass, but it's just because of the orange sun's getting later in the day is making them look redder. So it's probably more of a like an aluminum look here, you know, when it's not in the direct sun. So let's continue on. Okay, there it's settled in on the other end after move. Yeah. Still jittering a little into place. That's, oh, look at that, that's cool. That looks like some sort of a gun bullet or ammo belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the top, and I see 3 on the bottom. I think there are more, but that's interesting. Whatever those things are on the top, there's appears to be 6, maybe 7. I don't know if that is, or at least metal things on the roof, or on the top. So let's continue. This is pretty interesting, I think. I'll go, let's see, 766. There's okay, so this is the bottom one. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them on the bottom on this view. Whoop. Go back. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And those again, those things that stick out. So okay, 771. Go a couple more frames. All right, now let's move ahead. Oops, go back a frame. That's pretty good, and you can see this sticking out up here on the top side again pretty well, and some other stuff hanging out. And this is interesting. Some pretty good detail. Watch it rotate. I could probably calculate the rotational speed if I really wanted to, but you can see, well, this is 30 frames. You see over here 30 frames a second, and I have a 2.4 degree field of view, so that's useful in a lot of things. So this will tell you more or less how zoomed in you are. And let's keep moving here as it rotates. Kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, like an octagon almost shape, you know, with some flat panels, flat panels, flat panels. And if you're probably doing some electrostatic, you know, gravitation stuff, it may, you know, be optimal with using flat panels, I suppose, to develop your thrust, but I'm not an expert on that. So anyway, moving on. Look at that. See, when you speed it up, but not too fast, you can see the rotation. Now we're getting a little more view on the top because it's center of this. Just let it run. Now, that's pretty good on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Probably 6. I just can't see them all. Or maybe not. That's the bottom. You can't see too well. This is, I think I kept this, or I wanted to show you this because it gave you a good sense of the rotation again, which I've been explaining the whole time. That's a good shot there. You can just see it. It's good. Pretty cool. I don't claim to know what these are. It's definitely not a, it's not a happy birthday balloon from Safeway for little Johnny or little Hector. It's not that. Is it some of our stuff? Maybe. I don't think it's big enough. I don't think this body is big enough to support, you know, helium or whatever, like a dirigible. I just, the dimensions of it would have to be huge because there's a lot of metal on it, and there's got to be electronics and stuff like that. If it were just a dumb blimp or something along like a blimp. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.